drumming to the top and can't miss. Coming off the edge like a quarterback blitz. Cover up your shine, cause I'm an eclipse. In the booth, I'm making plumes out of zips. Rewards gala at the Ritz, that's the fix. Never gave two fucks or four shits about the glitz. All I got's a flamethrower for some lips. I'm efficient like Golden State, you rebuilding like the Knicks. Y'all some pawns with the king. You think it's hard for me? You're staking prawns with my team, shit's all lovely. If it ain't determination, guess it's all lucky. Haters look sideways, wish they could all slug me. I'm super, more shit than your loofah. I'm getting moolah on a river, cracking a cold cooler. Pulling out a logo, and that's a Uber. Power moving and shaking, I got a maneuver, I got it. I'm a rider sick one of this, yeah. 2018, yeah, I'm fucking up this, yeah. You've been waiting a while for this, yeah. Aiming for the top and can't miss, yeah. I'm a rider sick one of this, yeah. 2018, yeah, I'm fucking up this, yeah. You've been waiting a while for this, yeah. Aiming for the top and can't miss, yeah. Can't miss, I'm a marksman. Swinging on the trees like I'm Tarzan. Coming out the wings, spitting bars. And apocalypse now for MCs, I'm the horseman. What I'm whipping up, that's a potion. Been conjuring up some different poses. Do you believe in magic? Cause I got that hocus pocus. You mad? You can't throw me off of this focus. A savage bitch working on my masterpiece, opus. What you gon' do when my shit booming? Your shit go bust. No rust, blood rush, I said we donuts. Roll up, blow gust. My microphone lust, dropping new viddies. We too litty, bout to run the city, beating 100 like 250s. My new giddy up, call it a drive. I just live it up, and I've arrived. I'm a rider sick one of this, yeah. 2018, yeah, I'm fucking up this, yeah. You've been waiting a while for this, yeah. Aiming for the top and can't miss, yeah. I'm a rider sick one of this, yeah. 2018, yeah, I'm fucking up this, yeah. You've been waiting a while for this, yeah. Aiming for the top and can't miss, yeah. I'm a rider sick one of this, yeah. Pick the party up, we gon' pick the party up. Shots down, we gon' pick the party up. Come another round, we gon' pick the party up. Any party people pick the party up. Pick the party up, we gon' pick the party up. Shots down, we gon' pick the party up. Come another round, we gon' pick the party up. Any party people pick the party up. Yo, straight shots down, Don Julio. 1, 2, 3, 4, get your woman on the floor. Gotta get up to get down like Julio. Patrick Tracy, Ocho Loco, and I'm sipping on a foe. Loco that is, I smoke all there is. I ain't listening, fuck the haters. She said she wanna party, so I know what it is. Summertime living, we all go where we live. I took a few minutes on my busy schedule to make this fiesta crack just like some eggs, yo. I tell a bad girl to Lego my good dro. I let her party, she wanna party, she said so. Who came in here just to take the edge off? And who's in here to raise their whole fucking heads off? We gon' party hard, yeah, until it gets soft. And pick it up again right where we left off. Pick the party up, we gon' pick the party up. Shots down, we gon' pick the party up. Come another round, we gon' pick the party up. Any party people pick the party up. Shots down, we gon' pick the party up. Come another round, we gon' pick the party up. Any party people pick the party up. Tryna ride my wave, boogie boy. When I step up in the spot, you smell that goodie boy. Get on go, what you being moody for? We out here tryna function, it's a really soul party people. Ain't nobody on the wagon here. Pick the party up, bras and panties on the chandelier. Brown and clear, don't mix, but we mixing it. Pick the party up, your shit sucks, so we fixing it. Double kissing it, and I'm twisting it. Party pooper, why you over there tryna throw that hissy fit? She about to throw that ass, man, you missing it. Pick the party up, right now, you ain't listening. We getting loose, I spike the juice. We cannot lose, only winners in the crew. Only winnings, all we do, pick the party fool. And we gon' pick it up, cause that's all we do. Pick the party up, we gon' pick the party up. Shots down, we gon' pick the party up. Come another round, we gon' pick the party up. party up. Pick the party up, party up. Pick the party up, party up. We come alive in the nighttime. They ain't got it like us. Nah, they ain't got it like us. If I'm lit, it's the right time. That's the right place. Who said they got me like what? They ain't got me like, I'ma hold this shit down. 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 I'ma shut this shit down. So watch me come alive. So live, I've arrived. Give me 5, I'm on it 5, and I'm so hot, I'm nothing but the vibe. I defy while you abide by guidelines. 100 rounds with the top in my sightlines. All grind, hard working when I write rhymes. Me and Buddha, yeah, we act like a hive mind. It's nighttime, they ain't got it like who? Super damn, yeah, I went and got it like you. Look, big homie told me they ain't gotta like you. They just gotta respect your hustle, got it like true. I'm at it like ooh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Blowing that la, 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 la. And listening to your blah, blah, blah. I'm about money and then tie, yeah, yeah. Nighttime, they ain't got it like us. Nah, they ain't got it like us. If I'm lit, it's the right time. That's the right place. Who said they got me like what? They ain't got me like, I'ma hold this shit down. 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 I'ma shut this shit down. Visualize this movie magic in the making. We at it and they faking. We can't pin it. We been winning in this innings out the park. I like no doubt it's small. We're about to start. We on a mission, man. Know the difference then. Buckle in and fasten up. Round the game, couple flips, nigga, cash and bucks. TMI, yo. Notice that they're after us. Running through the streets, 2 agents chasing me. Looking for a free line so I can escape. Up the bakery, Paris baked in the bakery. It's Buddha on the mic, the pure land is where I take the beat. Far from reality, unlike this place is savory. Monster made the beat, spit flows another flavor free. Far from reality, unlike this place is slavery. Monster made the beat, spit flows another flavor free. Nighttime, they ain't got it like us. Nah, they ain't got it like us. If I'm lit, it's the right time. That's the right place. Who said they got me like what? They ain't got me like, I'ma hold this shit down. 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 I'ma shut this shit down. The bigger the hoop, the bigger the hoe. Oh, you didn't know? The bigger the hoop, the bigger the hoe. Oh, you didn't know? The bigger the hoop, the bigger the hoe. She drop it down low. The bigger the hoop, the bigger the hoe. You didn't know? You didn't know? Yeah. She drop it down low, and she wear the hoops all go. Lashes done, nails looking right for show. Ass looking like 2 globes, here we go. What you in the club for? Always on slow. If on a low, there's a big old hoopy. You know she gets down with that big old booty. We just hit the club and this beat got them big ass hoops, man, and we getting loose. We couldn't lose, we getting loot. I'm still taking my pick like Duck Duck Goose. The bigger the hoop, the bigger the hoe. You didn't know? The bigger the hoop, the bigger the hoe. You didn't know? The bigger the hoop, the bigger the hoe. Just drop it down low. The bigger the hoop, the bigger the hoe. It's your boy Fresh, what up? You didn't know? When I step up in the spot, I look around to see who got the biggest earrings. Cause you know the biggest hoops always had the most fun. They always down for the freak thing, so let's go, mama. Let's get it cracking with ya. Let's get to filming everything. Let's get to snapping with ya. Let's turn all the way up. I'm lean backing with ya. Bring your friends, gather around. Somebody snap a picture before it all ends. Before the night goes down. Before the song come up, I gotta kick you out. Ain't playing no games. Gotta do it all again. Another night to remember. I'm still fucking with your friends, yeah. The bigger the hoop, the bigger the hoe. You didn't know? The bigger the hoop, the bigger the hoe. You didn't know? The bigger the hoop, the bigger the hoe. drop it down low. The bigger the hoop, the bigger the hoe. Oh, you didn't know?
Found himself possessed of amazing physical powers. Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings in a single bound. The infamous Krypton is now the man of steel. Super.
Living that fast, living that fast life. Living that fast, living that fast, living that fast life. Trying not to lose focus, trying not to lose focus, trying not to lose focus. That only makes me go bonus. Living that fast, living that fast, living that fast life. Living that fast, living that fast, living that fast life. Trying not to lose focus, trying not to lose focus, trying not to lose focus. That only makes me go bonus. Yeah, I like to get it. I like to get on, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm on fast. You always on, so got no hold ups. My mind on cash. Y'all know, yeah, my smoke on ash and I don't pass. Do y'all blow? Yeah, I'm lava rocks and I'm blazing it. Me and Monster made amazing hits. The ball, I'm raising it. Boss, I'll let you tell it. I ain't saying shit. Your boy, chopping in razors, kid. Click, moving like racist, bitch. High jumpers and ravers, man. These hurdles got no saviors, man. I'm burning like a laser. Electric like a taser. Hat back with it, blunted, back with another. Get money, get for a stomach. Giant MC, motherfucker. Sucker MC, start running for cover. Run for the hills, or come and get killed. Come and get killed, motherfuckers. Doing what I gotta do, not thinking about what I ought to do. Blowing plumes and making tunes like bada boom. Came through high on an edible. This vibe right now so incredible. I'm a spectacle, it's inevitable. Super damn, somebody let them know. Living that fast, living that fast, living that fast life. Living that fast, living that fast, living that fast life. Trying not to lose focus, trying not to lose focus, trying not to lose focus. That only makes me go bonus. Living that fast, living that fast, living that fast life. Living that fast, living that fast, living that fast life. Trying not to lose focus, trying not to lose focus, trying not to lose focus. That only makes me go bonus. Yeah, I got that potion, and I sip on a loco. That's locomotion. Make my foreign ocho. Don't give two fucks how I live, make it look slow-mo. It's not hard work, it's all luck. Now we know you some bozos. You hearing how that sounds? Underground drum, I keep moving on. Smoke, it's been billowing. Yours barely been fuming on. No wonder you mad. You so mad and you keep fuming on. We lapped you once, lapped you twice, and we kept on zooming on. Living fly like we the champs. Flying high like we off ramps. Get money, gut getting cramps. Hold this shit down, got it clamped. Showtime in CA. Got no time for you to delay. In the studio each day. Keep making this heat cake. Rhymes hot with no leeway. Hot box on the freeway. Keeping this on replay. Fast life I can't betray. LA to the UK. UK to where you stay.
All right, and just like that, we are live with RotoWild Fantasy Sports, The Jungle Live. I am Bolts Bolton, 19,000 wins, 24,000 in prizes on FanDuel alone. I'm here today to take you through today's main slate of the NBA. We got quite a pretty premium choice slate. I'd like to think so today. And you got LeBron James out. You see that one? Okay, so who's ready to get into this today with me? Looks like we've already picked up a few viewers. We are streaming on 5 different channels at the moment. YouTube Live. We've got Periscope TV, Stream Now. What is that? Restreaming, and Periscope TV. Okay, so we're all set. Everybody's in here with the chat. We got the question already up. Who is your best play for today's main slate? Okay, so we are going to answer that as we get going. Again, I am Bolts Bolton, RotoWild Jungle Live. RotoWild is a fantasy community. DFS can be frustrating. Go ahead and check out the community. We have an interactive forum, and our members are our contributors. Our contributors are our winners. We have won multiple fantasy first place prizes. Go ahead and check us out. We are RotoWild Fantasy Sports. All right. And I am Bolts Bolton, going to take you through today's slate. So, as always, I've got a spreadsheet set for you guys, and we're going to start there. So I got the sheet pulled up and just taking the first glimpse at today's sheet, right? And there's a lot going on today. We've got Boston at Houston, New York at Milwaukee, Lakers at Sacramento, Portland at Golden State, and Philly at Utah. Now, when we look over here, we do see some fairly large totals. We got 227, 231, 227 again, right? So of these totals, this one is the largest total they're giving us in Vegas, and these two are also kind of side by side, right? So when we're looking at these are the games they're saying to look at, but are they really the games to look at? That's going to be the question. So I've got also some notes about individual players here on the right. You can take a look at those as we go along. All right, so we're going to get a lineup that we can set. Also, we have posted the big game hunting. Go ahead and check out on our website to see big game hunting. What you're going to do is just go to rotowild.com. Okay, and in rotowild.com, once you arrive there, it's pretty easy. You will just click the outpost. The outpost is where you're going to get the tools. Okay, the tools you need to go ahead and be competitive in your fantasy slate, right? So go ahead and do that. And take a look here in the outpost for today. So you just click the outpost. Let's see here. Our outpost page is going to come up, and it's going to tell you right there which game you should be joining on 12/27, for example, right? So here you can see it's the $5 entry. You only got to beat 2,857 people. All right, and that's how big game hunting works. Okay, so that's what you want to do if you want to get the update about which game you want to enter for today that you're most likely to cash out really large. So here we go. We've got the contest slate pulled up, and we're going to start taking a look at what we want to do here on today's slate. All right, I'm back here to my sheet, looking at the games, and I've got these large totals. You see Portland Golden State. So I thought this was very interesting that this was the highest total, which I would view as a red total. All right, so just be careful with that game. I know it seems like, yeah, Lakers, Sacramento, but no, I don't think that look at the past history and the points that get scored in these games. It's frequently low scoring with a lot of defense and a lot of turnovers. You don't really want to be involved, I don't think. But some of these other games are looking pretty prime. So I'm going to start, by talking about a game that's on nationally televised, right? Because the nationally televised games seem to always have large fantasy implications, in my opinion. So today, that's going to be Boston, Houston, and that's also got some nice color here to it. So that's where I think we're going to get started on our lineup. So we're going to clear this thing out. We're going to start looking in Boston and Houston. You got James Harden here. And they say James Harden is expected to play Thursday's matchup against the Celtics. He's officially listed as questionable there's been indications that he's going to see the floor. If Chris Paul is not playing and James Harden is playing, I think he becomes a must play in every contest slate. Okay? And to me, some of the fantasy numbers here for James Harden, they indicate that. If you look, this is overall when you add up all the statistics here: total points, rebounds, assists, right? So when we're adding all this up, you're at 1468 for James Harden. As you can see, he's not the top player in what we would call like a raw number. It's actually going to be Joel Embiid there, and then you got Antetokounmpo, KD, Joel Embiid, KD. KD is the highest in the raw score. You see that? And so when you're looking at points per game, James Harden is at the highest number in points per game. So there he is at 48.9. And you gotta have him on, especially since we're looking at that game, right? So we got James Harden, you got Kyrie Irving, he's listed here. And when you look at Kyrie, 1136, 36 points per game raw score, divided by his price at 0.12, 0.11 for Harden. They're very similar to me. I think they have very similar values. So you may want to consider choosing one of the two, and riding that kind of notion. Like if you choose Kyrie, you save some money and you stack up some Boston guys. I like Boston's chances to get to one of these totals, 120. I like Houston's chances to get up there too, though. So I think it's going to be close to maybe one of these scores, 229. They got it at 215, but I think it's going to be higher than that. I think it's definitely going over that. So occasionally what I'll do is I'll come back here and I'll check our chat and see if anyone's joining us. Doesn't look like anyone's joined us yet. So what we'll do is we'll go back out and we'll share a little bit more, do a little bit more sharing, and then I'll come back and keep moving. But let's get another player on before I move on. Let's see, we got Clint Capella here. He's also on my sheet. Clint Capella's right here. Very similar to Kyrie Irving. Right? 1136, 1109, even though we think of Kyrie just being so hot lately and everything like that. And I think, Capella, he doesn't have the health designation like James Harden. And he doesn't cost us as much as James Harden. So I do feel like maybe there's less risk taking a Capella-Irving combination than spending the money to go up to a Harden. Okay? So you may want to consider doing that. And then what we'll do is I will be right back. Yeah, folks, and I'm back. All right, so like I said, I think for now the indications are that James Harden's going to play. I think let's just keep all three of these guys on the lineup for now, right? And then let's start looking elsewhere at maybe what we want to do in one of these other games. So the other games that I like are the Milwaukee Knicks, and then see this Philly Utah game is so interesting to me because why is it nationally televised instead of Portland Golden State? It's very strange. I think it has a chance to go to overtime, and maybe the players in this game coming late have a chance to put up really, really large fantasy points. Like really large fantasy points. So watch out for that as well. All right, so this game is early. The Knicks. And I'm definitely thinking Moutier here. Okay, he had a bit of a down game last game. 2 out of the last 3 kind of a bit down, but maybe he's gonna explode right here, right? One off, one up, one off, one up, and then tonight is gonna be a one up night. All right, so let's do that. Let's go Kyrie, Moutier, James Harden, Clint Capella. You know, if we're looking at these totals, 243, 229, 222. I feel like no matter what, there is going to be tons of points in this other one. 237. Like, we got to have this early East stack, and then we got to have this Western Conference game. Right? So, the Western Conference game. Mm-hmm. Milwaukee winning 87% at home. 87. Hmm. So, the more I think about this, it's like, do you really want these guys, or do we need to stack these two against each other like this? Curry, Lillard. What do you guys think? These guys, Curry, Lillard, are coming. Mm-hmm. A lot of these teams have faced each other like a lot of times. You know, Houston wins 35% of the games overall. At least Boston wins 65%. All right, it's pretty high. Lakers are winning 64%. That's pretty high. No LeBron, so there's a lot of shots to go around on the Lakers. That's going to be very strange. Mm-hmm. That total is very high. Be a good under today for that Laker game. You should bet under. We should really bet that under. If you're gonna take a bet on any kind of traditional sports book, take the under in the Lakers Sacramento game. I like it going under the 231 total. It's not gonna get to 231. No way. Don't like that. So still pretty interesting day I'm looking at. I know I want to get fantasy points right away. I start scoring some fantasy points like right off the bat, right? We're on a nationally televised Boston-Houston game, and then that thing is nationally televised. It's gonna be big points in this game. Mm-hmm. 31 minutes for Austin Rivers. That's a lot of minutes for Austin Rivers. Pretty crazy, guys. This is what I'm looking at so far. Moody A, Kyrie Irving, James Harden, Marcus Smart, Daniel House, Durant, and perhaps filling in these power forward spots. I'm not going to have a lot of money to do so. You're looking at some pretty cheap guys here. He's been playing pretty decent, but not good enough. And then I heard he's starting, but he's not very good either. So that's a good question what you want to do there. And who's he filling in for if he's starting? This guy Cornette. Very weird, very strange. Brooke Lopez is lurking around here. Had 20 in the last game, and his cancer's there. It's not a lot of great options here. Part of me wants to scrap this for a second and see what happens if we do James Harden, Jimmy Butler, Antetokounmpo, maybe Durant or something like that. So it's like you start with these three. I would think down here we gotta go extra cheap. Maybe it's Jerebko, maybe it's Tice. PJ Tucker, he's been pretty hot for him. And his minutes are pretty absurd. So maybe it's PJ. Right? I'm not sure PJ is really a fade though. I'm looking for more of just like a really stiff fade here. Maybe it is this guy Cornette since they're saying he's gonna play. And get you to 34, that would be amazing. I don't like his chances though. I really don't. You got like Zach Collins. I think he's more of a realistic choice, or someone like Ilyasova if he's playing. He could be more realistic. I guess for now let's go Collins. And then this one would be him. maybe Williams here, right? Because we are looking for some players from this Boston-Houston game. Is it someone like Williams? Someone like Brook Lopez? Maybe it's someone like Brook Lopez. Yeah, so I'm looking at a player like that there in that spot. Maybe someone similar like to Kevon Looney. He seems to be in the right game, or Lopez is in the right game. Yeah, Tyson Chandler, apparently healthy. Right. Muscala. He's been pretty reliable. They're going to need him tonight, facing those bigs in Utah. They will need him. I feel like he could be an interesting one. And I saw Maker playing the other day. He was kind of running the court. He didn't, look as terrible as always. So there's some interesting players there. Yeah, I'm thinking someone like Moutier there. Pretty interesting the way this lineup works out. Let's see if anyone's checking in with us. No, not yet. Okay. Yeah, I'm just working on this lineup here that you guys can play today, and see if we can win us some cash here. So you got a lot going on. Hmm. Hmm. So something like this is looking pretty interesting to me. I feel like I'm getting closer here. When I'm looking at this, I'm definitely thinking, I'm getting a little bit closer. Give me just a second and I'll be right back. Okay, and I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. Just wanted to take a quick second to do a little sharing. Here we go, and we've got Curry, Simmons, Butler, Harden. Wow. See, doesn't that make you say wow? It makes me say wow. So I know I like that. Then I've got Chandler, Turner, Collins, Tucker, Muscala. Believe it or not, amongst those five guys, I think we have pretty good fantasy points. I believe Chandler is going to put up some points for us in this Utah matchup. Okay. And then I believe in Turner putting up some points against Golden State with the court wide open for him. Okay. The other two, Collins, as long as he gets some runs, we'll get some points. But not great. He's not great. I don't know about him. And so maybe there's a way we can wiggle some other characters in here. All right. So let's take a closer look. We know we love this game and this game. I do like both these two. It's this one I'm not so sure about. Power forward spot. Not a lot of great plays. I guess I could go Wilson or Ilyasova. Now, one player to keep an eye on has been Knox and Vonleh. They're both so hot. They're scoring tons of points. And it's interesting because Porzingis is coming back soon. So I wonder how that's all going to work out for them. But I know our it's looking pretty solid and it's getting closer. All right. Now, we do have a lot of late plays. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 late plays. So maybe we need to get an early play or two on here. Not an easy slate here, but a fun slate, right? It's going to be a good ride. So Curry, Simmons, Butler, Harden. We love that. Now this 39 is 100 off from a Jerebko or a Tice. Myers Leonard, he's available at our price. None of these guys look reliable enough for me. Perhaps we have to get up to an Al-Farouq Amino to get some real fantasy points. Seems far though. It seems like quite a stretch. Now the Golden State game is going to have more points. So there's Harkless at 4,000. House at 4,100. Well, we don't really love a lot of these guys. Let's take a closer look here. Yeah, it looks like we're looking between Harkless, Tice, and Jerebko at 4,000 apiece. Which one of these guys do we like? Harkless, Tice, or Jerebko? So there's Harkless at 11 points a game. Here's Tice. Tice slightly higher at 12 points a game. Jerebko. At 15 points a game. So it looks like Jerebko is probably our choice there. Looks like I'm gonna probably go Jerebko in this other power forward spot. So I've got Curry, Simmons, Butler, Harden, Jerebko, Tucker, Muscala. Here's Favors at 5,800. What a weird, strange price for Favors. Favors is pretty good. I always like playing him. So if you can find a way to get Favors here instead of Tucker, I would probably pull that trigger. You know. I think that might be too expensive though to put Favors there. I think you do gotta stick with a Tucker. All right, that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna stick with Tucker, Jerebko there. This opens up some value in the middle here, where I can take Turner and Harkless together. You know, and one of them may auto scratch. Like one of them may scratch, the other one might give me a big game, and that's what I'm hoping for. It's like one of the two get me over 25 points, please, please. That's all I'm asking. And this is going to be the lineup that I'm going to run out with you guys, and this is what I recommend you run out today. Okay, you're down to the 3,700, so you could play Maker, you could play Muscala, or Costa Kufis. All right, you're 100 away from a Tyson Chandler, so you're in kind of a really interesting, strange kind of place. All right, you could put in a Muscala, and you can change one of these two if you want to a house. So there are some players here that maybe we should look at a little closer. I got 10 more minutes, so I'll walk you through it a little closer. All right. Let's say this one's Muscala. Harkless. We already have Harkless. Turner. Harkless, Turner. Muscala. Thon Maker. Nene, Costa Kufis. And maybe Tyson Chandler, I guess. Seems like a waste of time, too. What about Zubats? No LeBron today. Zubats is still playing. They've got his price way up at $6,500 now. Probably worth it. He's probably worth it to take at $6,500. I could see Zubats having a big game. I really could. He could have a huge night. It says JaVale McGee's game time. Not expected to play. So it could open the door for a Zubats here. Now you're 2,800 over though. So tough choice there. I would love to have a Zubats compared to a Muscala. But that's probably the fifth player that we should. That's probably the other player we should analyze here is Zubats. Alright, so give me just a minute and I'll run this on here for you guys. Let's just pull up their stats. So there's Muscala, slightly over Jerebko. And you got Evan Turner. So there's Turner at 18 points a game. He looks pretty good. He looks much better than Harkless. I'll tell you that. The other two I'm looking at, Thon Maker. There's Maker. You can see his points are bad. So I wouldn't recommend Maker. And then let's take a quick look at Zubac, whose price has just gone way up. But you know why. 77. There's Zubats at 10 a game. Right, but the last 3 he's at almost 40 a game. And there's no LeBron James tonight. The other player I wanted to look at was Daniel House. And Gerald Green. When I'm looking at House and Green, let's pull them up. All right, and then House. His House at 11 points a game. So very similar to Harkless is House. And Gerald Green. Is Gerald Green at 10 a game. So I want to switch back here. I want to go with one other maybe thought before I leave you guys to it, okay? I got about 2 more minutes I'm going to be on, and then I'm going to get off. So maybe one other thought here is to take off Harden and go Eric Gordon. We are concerned about Zubats here, so go ahead and take Zubats. And then let's pay up at our other small forward spot. No. We can't get any player here in this big gap between 63, 64, and 10,500. That's part of why I'm not so sure about this way of doing it. It does feel like Harden should go here. But by taking Harden, it makes it really tough for me to take a Zubats. And when you're looking at Zubats, I mean, Harden is a much better option than Zubats. He just is to me. So it puts me back on to the Muscala, Tyson Chandler, Kevon Looney. You know, Tyson Chandler, he's not good, but Kevon Looney's pretty good. Maybe we should run one of these for a Looney. Right? So let's make this guy Looney. $221, 188, 64, 27, and 12. Take him divided by 4,000. And take this one. By his 35 games played, he's at 14 a game. See, so Looney's not bad, but to me, he's very similar to Muscala And Muscala fits and saves us the money. All right. So I would stick with Muscala there. And then we're back to this Mo Harkless, Daniel House, Gerald Green kind of area. All right. You don't really have great choices here. I think Wilson Chandler is probably the best choice out of this group. But not sure how you're going to get there to get to him. And then when you're looking at House, it's just he's not that bad. It's not that bad of a situation. You spend all your salary this way. This is not a bad idea here. What do you guys think so far? Go ahead and join in, guys. I'd love to hear, what you guys are thinking about this lineup. Maybe what we should be doing next. Is there players that we're missing? Is there someone huge we're missing? And what do we got? What do we think about Zubac tonight? Is Zubac really going to go for some huge number? How many points for Zubac tonight? What if they rule Harden out, guys? That's what I'm thinking now, right? So they're moving. If we're moving some stuff around in here, So once again, yeah, this is a big slate. There are a lot of players that you could play. There are a lot of different ways that you could look at this. Once I start moving a few things around there, you see how interesting it got, right? But if Harden does play, I like the idea of playing Harden. Yeah. So let's go back to what we had. This is what we're going to run out on this lineup. What about when you compare Jimmy Butler and Donovan Mitchell? I would imagine they're pretty close. Although Jimmy Butler is priced significantly higher than him. I feel like this could also be Mitchell, and you save yourself a few $100, enough to get a Jay Crowder on your lineup or a Wilson Chandler on your lineup. Almost can get both. All right, we're 100 away from getting both of those players. Which is interesting. See if either one of these guys are worth our time here. See, so Chandler looks like he's kind of got a little boost there at 14, right? And then Crowder, I like his chances to be probably pretty valuable there. 15, 24. He's all the way up at 19 a game. You see that? So we definitely want Crowder. And we saw that we could take Turner here. All right, so this is what we're gonna run out on one of our lineups. All right, we're gonna try another variation where we take the Milwaukee shooting guards, but this one we're gonna run out just like this: Curry, Simmons, Mitchell, Harden, Crowder, Turner, Jerebko, Tucker, and Muscala. Good luck, everybody. I wish you guys good luck and a successful day on the fantasy slate. All right, so here again, sorry about that, we were in the chat. Well, here again, this is what the lineup is going to look like. You have Curry, Simmons, Donovan Mitchell, Harden, Crowder, Evan Turner, Jerebko, Tucker, and Muscala. This is given that James Harden is playing. We're going to try another variation where we take off Harden and we put Milwaukee shooting guards. Okay, that's Brogdon and Middleton here in the middle. All right, with Antetokounmpo. So that's the plan. Good luck, everybody. I wish you guys a nice day. Come join us here again on the Jungle Live. And everybody, please rush over to RotoWild Fantasy Sports. All right. And when you get there, it's pretty easy. What you're going to do is just become a member. Go ahead and click to become a member. And from there, what you'll do is you'll have the ability to kind of look at all the different areas of the site, the outpost, daily safari, and everything else. So we look forward to seeing you guys there, and we will catch you on the next one. All right, bye.